Welcome to Lanmou Tarot. I will be doing a general love reading for the collective, and for whatever reason, I just finished the reading for the weekend. It was very spiritual. There was such a spiritual message coming across, and it was the case for earlier in the week as well. And I feel like I should do a separate love reading. And I know I don't have that many of you that are watching my readings, but for whatever reason, my intuition is calling me to do it. And before I started this reading, I felt the need to put on some lipstick. So right now I'm wearing some red lipstick, even though you cannot see it. So some of you may be feeling the need to spruce yourself up this weekend or around this time, whenever it is that you're watching this reading. Okay, and I also just have a new burst of energy, kind of like the other reading. I felt like I was like in such a meditative state. Message was just flowing through me, and as soon as I started meditating on this reading here, asking spirit what message in regards to our love, our relationship, and that they have for us, to please guide me to relay the message to the best of my ability, so those of you who need to hear it, it can come across clearly and you can understand it. And I do a meditation before I turn on the camera, because sometimes it's short, sometimes it can go on for who knows what. Sometimes I have to take a break in mid to either replenish myself, because it goes on for so long before I can start recording. But I don't push on the recording button until I'm ready to start, okay? And the cards are shuffled as I'm before as well, but I also always do a little shuffling on camera for you. But as I was doing that meditation, I had such a burst of energy, so lively energy. I feel lively. So some of you, either you're feeling that way, or you may want to really apply that in your life. And that was part of the weekend message, okay, that I got for this upcoming weekend. Even though this reading right here, this love reading, for it's not just for soulmates and twin flames. This is a love reading. Wherever that you have a deep emotional connection with, this reading may apply to you. So there is a call from spirit for us to tap on energy, but to bring forth our lightheartedness. Okay, cards are jumping everywhere, and I will not take any of those, okay? I don't like the way they just jumped there, and I'm having a hard time to pick them up. They actually fell on the floor. So for those of you who cannot settle yourself, and what actually flew out, I feel like I need to say it. I'm not going to do the reading based on them, because I wait for the energy to settle before I start my reading. But we had heart-to-heart conversation, romantic feelings, getting to know each other, and finance and career. That came out. So we'll do a little bit more shuffling, okay? A little bit more shuffling, and I'm gonna ask that you please also set your intentions as for what are the message you yourself would like to hear from spirit in regards to your love romantic relationship at this time. And this reading applies for whenever it is that you are called to watch it, okay? Just know the first message that I'm getting before we even pull any cards is for you to please remain lighthearted and focus on joy, and don't be too stressed and intense about whatever is going on right now in your romantic life. And here we go. And today we're gonna pull from the bottom of the deck, okay? I don't feel the need to cut the deck. I go with wherever my intuition lead me to. The first card we pulled, we have trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. The second card, romantic feelings. That was one of the jumpers. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. We have make the effort. Great love is worth making I'm sorry, great love is worth taking the steps you guided to take. And here we have children. Your love life is being affected by children. And at the bottom of the deck, we have let your friends help you. Okay? And we're going to stop here for this love reading. And I will use the Akashic Tarot deck to clarify or to get more information, more messages for you guys. Okay, so the first card we have here is trust. So that is the first card usually set the tone of the reading. Okay, this is the main message that spirit wants to convey to us. It's they're asking us to have trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay, and whether that is faith and trust in your partner, faith and trust in yourself, or faith and trust in divine order and divine timing, that everything is going according to plan, and that spirit, God, your guardian angel, your ancestors, they all have your back. Sometimes even if we cannot understand what's going on currently, we have to remember there is a grander plan. It's not always comforting, it's not always comfortable, okay? But part of growing into your own spirituality, part of gaining greater awareness is to being able to release controls, being able to understand that there is a divine plan in place for you before you even came here. And I say you, but I meant we, before any of us even incarnate in this lifetime, okay? Before even start this life, there was a divine plan. And yes, we do have free will. Yes, we do. Making certain choices may alter, where you would be tomorrow. But at the same time, the way I started thinking about it, it may also just be a detour to where your final destination is supposed to be. It may just be a detour, or perhaps even a shortcut to get to that destination where your life purpose, where your work is supposed to, as a spiritual being, not just an earthly being, where you get to be that highest version of yourself, where you get to vibrate at the highest level. Okay, so the first step is for us to trust. Okay, and I want to ask spirit some clarification here, and it really doesn't matter, but for some of you it may be important. We're trusting, we're asking to trust. Perhaps you were let down, perhaps someone, your romantic partner, let you down in the past, you were disappointed in the past, and you're still holding on to that. And it's very important to let go of this kind of negative energy. And that, remember, that's how I started this reading, letting you know that to focus more on the joy and the being lighthearted about things. It's not to say that you shouldn't take to heart if you're hurt. It's not to say that, yes, you have to feel the hurt, feel the pain, but you cannot also stay in this place. You cannot get stuck in that place. You have to release it. You have to transmute that energy, okay? And know, okay, this is the current thing. This is something that happened. How can I make this experience? How can I make that event? How can I turn it into something positive? Okay, what lesson can I learn from it so I can grow? How is it I can? How do I respond to it? And perhaps your own way of dealing, of reacting to whatever it is that situation was that had a negative impact on you. Your own reaction to it may become an inspiration to someone else. Okay, not just for your own personal growth, but it may be what allow someone else not to go through that same experience. So we have here the 5 of Keys. Wishes fulfilled. That was the jumper on the trust. Trust that your wishes will be fulfilled. Whatever it is your romantic wish, trust that it will be fulfilled. And look at this. It's quite a happy scene, huh? It's like a happy kitchen scene. We have fresh fruits, like someone not so much came from the market, like they just come from their garden to pick up their fruits. Fresh bread was baked. There's a bouquet of flower. It's such a happy kitchen, and you can see the way up high. It's as if they are in that cabin is a log cabin on top of a mountain. Because in the back here you can see like almost the city. You can see life far down below. The windows are open right ajar to allow the fresh air to come through. And the keys card in this deck relates to passion and power. And we know five, the number five, can also indicate a change. Okay, so if you fall in the group that there was a disappointment, that which is why spirit is asking you to trust, then just know there has been a change. Whether that person has changed their way of being, have grown, have become a better version of themselves. But Five of Keys is telling you there has been a change, and there is a wish fulfillment there for you. Once you allow yourself to trust into that divine timing, into that divine order, just know that your wishes will be fulfilled. And it's such a happy, you don't see anyone here, right? Wishes are fulfilled, but you don't see anyone. You just see a happy kitchen, such a beautiful kitchen in a log cabin way up on a mountain, but we don't see the people. Where are they? Right? Hopefully getting busy in another room. I know it's quite cheeky, but that is what I'm getting here. It's such a happy scene. So trust, have trust that things will be better, that things can be better, and you yourself can help that process. And the next card we have is romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And that is all the motivation that you should need. Knowing that whoever it is that you're in connection with, it is not just and I started saying to trust in divine order and divine timing. But if that person was a positive influence or a negative influence, I did not get that. Because I felt like whatever it is that happened in the past, there is a greater plan for you. Whether or not you're gonna get back with that person, hopefully that shows up here. This message come across in the reading. And again, this is a general reading, okay? But if there was something that happened, whether it was a negative situation or it's something that's still being positive, the main message here for this reading, what flows through, okay, the rest of the message, just remember, you have to have trust, okay? The situation is calling to have faith. Faith that your wishes will be fulfilled. There is a change that's coming for you, okay, with the five here, the Five of Keys. And perhaps there is a key, and for whatever reason my intuition is going in the word key. Perhaps there is a key element, there is a key aspect in that situation that can flip the switch to make you become more aware of what it is. Perhaps there is a veil in front of you that's stopping you from seeing the bigger picture here. And perhaps you have to find what is the key here for you. What is the key? And I think the key for you is that your romantic feelings are real, okay? And Spirit, your feelings are real and worth exploring. Can we get some clarification, please, on romantic feelings? This is love reading. Okay, this one stopped. We have number 11, the Ark of Covenant. This is one of those cards that this deck, there's so much. It's so much, and I spent so much time with it, but it's almost like I will never really learn it. So I still really, yes, I picked messages from Spirit. Even I even start, I have an idea of what's coming. I listen to what's coming. I let it flow. But there's also another aspect with this deck. When you're working with it, you realize that you never fully get it. You never fully know these cards, because every time I pull this card, I get a different thing with it. There's a different level. There's a different layer, okay, to it. And the Ark of Covenant, it's a story that's also in the Bible. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I know the Bible. I'm like a Bible scholar. I am not at all. I grew up Catholic, where we are told which passage, actually where it's read for us during Mass. And you know, I didn't grow up specifically sitting there and reading the Bible, but I do know enough of, you know, about the Bible, and I've meant to sit there and read it from someone told me it's especially as a spiritualist. um it's such a magical book itself, the Bible, that it's worth reading it literally from cover to cover, okay, Old and New Testament. And I have not done that. I've read whole books of it. I don't know, I'm getting into all of this, but anyways, this is a story in the Bible. This is the keeper of the truth. This is the keeper of the secret, okay? This is the keeper of the covenant of God, okay? So here we have two people, and I cannot tell whether they're men and women. I'll draw draw the card closer so you can see for yourself. And it seems like what's being what is the precious is inside that tent. There's a fire outside, and they're sitting by the fire, and their whole job, what it is that needs protection, what it is that they're the keepers of the art of covenant. And folks, look at it. This is number 11, okay? Your romantic feelings are real. For me personally, in my personal life, and as well as when I'm doing a reading, when I see number 11, this is like the sun card. This is my yes card. This is yes, you're on the right track. So your romantic feelings are real. Don't question that either, because that relationship, what I'm getting here, that relationship is something that is, it's not your casual romantic relationship, okay? If you're a teenager who's watching this and you have a crush on a boy trying to get more understanding, I don't know if there are teenagers who watch these readings, this may not relate so much to you. This is telling me there's something that is so much deeper here, okay? You are being brought together because you are the keepers of the ark, okay? You have an assignment, and a very important assignment from the divine. It's not just that those romantic feelings that you have, it's basically they are a gift to you from the divine, okay? So you can speculate onto what is the Ark of Covenant, okay? But what is the biggest purpose of God? What is the highest energy there is? We know that what it is. It's love. It's love. Okay? It's just love. So giving this is a love reading. This is what I'm getting from it, that you are the keepers of the covenant of love, of God's most precious gift to us, which is, you know, true love, okay? So just know you have an assignment, okay? You have an assignment here. You came here to do something together. And number 11 is that yes card. And if you are in a soulmate twin flame relationship, just know it is so very important that you and your loved one, that you and your partner, that you understand that relationship, that deep feeling connection is not just for the two of you. It's also something that will affect the greater good, okay? It's a karmic relationship, because it's not something that's just for this lifetime. It's something that happened before, okay? I feel like I need to look yeah, I felt like I needed to look up something in the book, and the last sentence to explain this card, literally it says, so continue to work toward your highest purpose. To uphold the sacred covenant, you have to touch the world with your light. Okay, and this is number 11, and we have that bonfire here. This is basically calling you to be a light worker. You have to touch the world with your light. And remember how we started this reading, the message that was going through me, and that also was included in that weekend reading, is to be lighthearted, to focus on your light, to approach the situation in a lighthearted way, okay? So don't think it's just what's happening here. Don't limit this connection. Don't put restriction in this connection, because it is far bigger than just men and women coming together and having good you know, an attraction. It's way bigger than that. So I wasn't planning on doing a soulmate twin flame relationship, but this is where we're heading towards. This is that what I'm getting here. Trust and have faith. Almost like that situation has been taken care of. Trust and have faith that that's what the situation is calling you, that your wishes will be fulfilled because your romantic feelings are real, okay? Because you are the keepers of the Arcton Covenant. There is a higher purpose to those feelings you're having. And being in those feelings, allowing those feelings, no matter what it is, disappointment that may be happening about it, no matter what little quarrels that may be happening in that earthly relationship right now, but respecting and honoring this connection also brighten the light of the world, bring more light to the world. Because she jumped up. Birth. So it says make the effort. This is, I was trying to pull clarification on this card as I'm talking to you. So it says great love is worth taking the steps you guided to take. And then what clarified it is for birth. And this is a card. There are kids and this woman working and the sun is shining so softly, brightly, yet soft, in this beautiful garden. So what we have here is, yes, you have this gift from God. Yes, you have this purpose, this higher purpose. This connection is connected to a higher purpose, to a divine order, right? But you also have to make the effort to nourish it. Look at this card. This is like two little people, right? It's not childish in the sense when we think of like, oh, puppy love, right? It's not this. This is the innocent love, right? This is not the childish love. And by the way, every single card that there is here, we have two. A couple, okay? Even this card, there is two. Here we have three, but it's a birth card. It takes two to bring forward the birth, right? To birth something new, to take the masculine, feminine energy, to create a new. So here, Spirit is asking you to make the effort to honor that, to take steps that you're guided to take, meaning that you're not on your own. You're never on your own when you have that higher purpose, when you have this big assignment from the divine, because you are being guided, okay? But at the same time, you must take some steps on this lifetime in the material world where you are living right now. You have to take some steps. It's not going to just happen, okay? You have to yourself listen to your intuition, listen to the guidance from Spirit, knowing that your wishes are already fulfilled. Okay, they already have you. Your happiness, that connection is protected. Okay, it's assured. And there is a new beginning to be had. We think of birth as a new beginning with a solid foundation, having number 4. That's number of stability and foundation. Okay, or you have to make the effort. Perhaps you have to reach out to somebody, make the effort. Perhaps you have to open your heart and your mind if someone comes back, okay, and tell you, hey, I'm so sorry. I know I hurt you in the past. I am so sorry. I wasn't that person that you wanted me to be, or that person that you deserve, okay? I have worked through my issues. I know I had issues. I want another chance. Let's focus on our love. This connection is important to me. And perhaps you yourself have to open your heart to allow that person the forgiveness they're seeking, okay? Because your romantic feelings are real and they're worth exploring. So there's no need to hold on to negativity. There's no need to hold on to disappointment or any of that. You have to allow yourself to trust into that new beginning, that new offering, okay? And it might take effort, but you can do it because you will be guided to do it, to do so. You will have guidance, okay? And the last card here we pulled was children. Your love life is being affected by children. And yes, perhaps your partner have kids, perhaps you yourself have kids that are not of that relationship, and you have to consider that. Perhaps that's a big deal for one of you. How do you combine your two families? Or perhaps that part of your higher purpose is to birth new life into this world. Okay, perhaps you have two little ones that are still waiting on the two of you to get your stuff together, because they are ready to make their entrance into this realm, into this world. Okay, perhaps that is part of this covenant, of this higher purpose that you two have, as part of that deeply guided divine connection. Oh, here we go. Children. And we have will, wisdom, and mind. Number 20. And at the bottom of the deck here, to end, we have the Queen of Keys. So, the will, wisdom, and mind, it's basically, look at this. We have, we don't just have just the elements. We also have the colors here of the elements, right? We have the masculine, the yang symbol. And we have the feminine symbol here, okay, the upside down triangle here. And then we have the crown, and the crown, that is where, you can see it as your crown chakra, okay? This is where the information comes through. This is your higher self, okay? And it's not just that, what they're telling us, will, wisdom, and mind. It's going to require all of that to bring forth this new birth, to make sure that part of your assignment, or whether it is children that's already here or children that needs to be born into this world from this connection, it's going to require some effort. And we already have this here. Make the effort, and for you to use your willpower, okay, your wisdom, the knowledge you've learned, the things you know, and your mind. And because what I'm getting here, and remember I said you need the masculine and feminine, the yin and yang, to create new life, right? And that was called into my intuition. But remember, here we have it's specifically put in this card the symbol of the masculine and the feminine energy. So that's again the same thing, right? And in 20 boils down to a two, duality of the feminine and masculine aspect of the self. So whether it's new is because this is a relationship and a love reading. This is not about just you coming together with your masculine self and your positive self. No, this is about two people that are deeply connected. Okay, this is not just a regular love relationship, which is, I wanted to keep it broad for anyone. But here in this instant, the message that Spirit is passing through me is that of a deeply connected relationship, a soulmate, twin flame even relationship, in that you're getting the call now from Spirit to take the next step, okay? To understand that you have this connection deals with a higher purpose. It's not just for your own feel good and just the love that you're feeling in your heart. This connection is a divinely guided and protected connection that has a higher purpose, the act of covenant. And at this time, Spirit is asking us, okay, to make the effort to bring a new cycle into this connection, to bring new life with birth in this connection. And let's say these three cards here, for clarification, they are major arcanas, okay, in this deck. 11, 4, and 20. Those are major arcanas, okay? So in some way there is a sense, it's Spirit reinforcing the message of, it's not all up to us, okay? This needs to happen. This has already been decided, and this is what's required of you. Do bring it all together, and it's gonna take every part of you, of your being here on earth, your higher mind, your both sides of you, both of you, to come together to make this happen. okay? And for some of you, I really have the feeling that they're all kids. Perhaps right now you don't have any kids together, and there are kids that are supposed to come into this world that are waiting on two of you to birth them. That's the deep feeling that I'm getting here between that birth card and that children card. And Spirit is asking you need to make the effort and trust that, you must have trust and faith, okay? And all right, I feel like I pretty much have the message request, but for some reason I feel I need to pull an oracle card for you guys in this love reading, and I will use the Mystical Shaman's Oracle deck. Those are very sturdy deck. They make quite a loud noise when they hit the table, and I'm sorry for that. But I've shuffled them already, but I need to do a little bit more shuffling, as I usually do on camera anyways, because I wasn't planning to use them in this reading. And this is going on already long, at least longer than I intended it to be. And the message was very straightforward and very clear, but perhaps I needed to go on and spell every single little bit of it out, because it's so important for some of you out there to receive this message. Spirit, tell us, people that are facing this situation in their love connection. I feel called to pull Oracle card. What is the extra message you have for us, Spirit? And I'm sorry, I will shuffle until a jumper comes out, okay? Or until a card calls. There we go. And we have one on the floor. I'm going to take it. Oh, excuse me. I almost went down with the chair, yo. So some of you may have to take that jump, take that leap. No, you're not gonna fall. I always look at the bottom of the deck. So this came out into the floor. This is corn. This card deals with basically I say recolting. I don't know if that's an English word. In French we say récolter. It's like the harvest. That's the word. That's the English word. That's harvesting all your hard labor. Okay, you planted the seeds, and now look at this. This is the fruition of your hard work. So this is the one that fell off, and this is number 10. Comes to a 1, right? But these two cards were on the table. There are also jumpers. We have Soul Retrieval and the Eagle. So now we start with the Eagle with number 16. The Eagle is a card of, I always see any kind of like birds on the card as messenger. And especially the Eagle, it's the card of, basically, we always think of the wingspan of the eagle, right? Spreading your wings and fly high. Remember, we have a higher purpose, to fly high, to soar, right? So to know that, don't just stay at this level. You can go higher. Okay, allow your spirit to soar, allow that connection to soar, allow yourself to receive the message from your higher self, from the divine. Okay, and here we have number 49, which draws down to a 13 and then a 4, and it's sitting for whatever reason right there underneath that 4, birth, and that is soul retrieval. And I really want to look here in the deck. There is a butterfly, almost like the way it is like the butterfly is kissing the moon. And soul retrieval, what I feel like, it's a rebirth. Okay, I feel with soul retrieval like there's a sense of reincarnation. And I want to see what's the message, because I feel like, and for what they're like right there in between this 10 and 16 card, I feel like that's the main message, extra message that Spirit wanted to convey. That's why I was called to pull that oracle card. And I will read it to you straight from the book. Soul retrieval. You are no longer fragmented. You are one with creation. You have healed the cause of the pain you feel, so you do not need to dwell on it any longer. Really, it's true. If you are still hovering over an old wound, Find a new flight path. Don't be distracted with the little stuff you've already mastered. Go for the big one, the journey back to Eden. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Spirit, for this message. I feel it to the deepest part of my being. Oh my God. Can we read it again? I know you can always like go back and listen to it, but I feel like we need to read it again. If that doesn't tie up this whole reading, every single thing. You are no longer fragmented. You are one with creation. Trust your wish are fulfilled. Trust you are one with creation. Okay, you're the keepers of the Ark of Covenant. Okay, really, it's true. Trust, it's true. If you're still hovering over an old wound, find a new flight path. Fly higher. Let go of the pain. Trust. Let go of any quarrel. Trust. Don't be distracted with the little stuff you've already mastered. Go for the big one, the journey back to Eden. Birth. The journey back to Eden. Back to heaven. Because that's where we are from. That's all we all want to go. And hopefully with our, romantic partner that we are deeply connected with. I hope this reading really resonated with you. At least you'd get something from it, because I surely did. And I'll probably go back and watch it again, because the energy is flowing through me. I don't always remember, but I just know this was so, it wasn't personal, but I felt it so deeply. Thank you so much for joining me, and please like, comment, and share with anyone that may benefit from this reading. And enjoy, enjoy. Try to switch to the love channel, okay? Stay with joy. And as I'm saying, try to switch to the love channel. Just so you know, Lanmou Tarot. Lanmou is basically love in Creole. So this is Love Tarot. Thank you so much for your support, and I wish you reconnection, okay, reconciliation if you're separated from your loved one, and stay in the joy. And I'll end as I end all the readings. Remember, love is the only answer.